When we are talking about activity, join together in one big community and build a major city. Could even be a monotonicity. Because we all can reach for Yosemite. What a pity with a city bitty witty, making us all just a little bit giddy when we all have the possibility. Now let's begin. We don't lose or win. Nobody messing with the mighty gin. Now let's give those cards one more spin. With the rising of the sun, we search out for some fun. In all directions we can run in search of some fun. It's all about positivity for the sanctity. Let's all have some cooperativity. Come on, it's all about inclusivity. When we are talking about activity, join together in one big community and build a major city.
So we are live. It says 30 seconds of live.
Because we all can reach for Yosemite. What a pity with a city bitty witty, making us all just a little bit giddy when we all have the possibility. Now let's begin. We don't lose or win. Nobody messing with the mighty gin. Now let's give those cards one more spin. With the rising of the sun, we search out for some fun. In all directions we can run in search of some fun. It's all about positivity for the sanctity. Let's all have some cooperativity. Come on, it's all about inclusivity. When we are talking about activity, join together in one big community and build a major city. Could even be a monotonicity. Because we all can reach for Yosemite. What a pity with a city bitty witty, making us all just a little bit giddy when we all have the possibility. Now let's begin. We don't lose or win. Nobody messing with the mighty gin. Now let's give those cards one more spin. With the rising of the sun, we search out for some fun. In all directions we can run in search of some fun. It's all about positivity for the sanctity. Let's all have some cooperativity. Come on, it's all about inclusivity. When we are talking about activity, join together in one big...
There he is. There he is. We are live. We've got the camera right in front of us. This is absolutely thrilling. I'm super excited because we've got so many things going on. But why don't we go... Yeah, this is probably fine. So I can see myself here on my phone. What? That's crazy. But my question is, how far behind am I? 10 seconds. I think we're about where we were before. So I think that the latency and the buffering and all that, we're not too bad. But let's take a look here, because I should be able to click over to this. There I am there. What if I put a chat in here? What happens? Okay, so we're testing our chatting capability, and we are sending now. Take a look. I'm still watching it over here as well. Get the stream. There it is. It popped up. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I'm very excited, as I've already said multiple times, because this is a new setup. I just did a video a little bit ago showing the setup, so I want to give you guys a little bit more of a close-up in terms of how it's going to look. So first off, why don't we do something like this, right? So I'm going to go back to my real time just so I can see what's going on here. So now this is a scarf, and where I'm at right now, I just got like 2 foot of snow. It is crazy, right? So when you got to have a scarf so you can stay warm, okay? Now the 1 knot is fine because that'll go right over, and that's good. And the 2 knots, you got to be careful. It's kind of hard to get that back off once you get that on there, because that's like a really solid knot. But now what I want to show you today is the triple knot. This is what's really going to up your scarf game. And if I did this correctly, what's really nice about the triple, let's see here. Why don't we start over? We're going to go ahead and start over. Okay, and here's why. Because we want to really make sure you guys can see what we're doing. So there's the first knot. Remember, this one's real nice. It goes on nice, but it's just the 1 knot, and it's not going to be stacked up real warm. So we're going to do the second knot. Now the problem with this one, the first one was it wasn't warm. The second knot, the problem is that it's hard to adjust. Now the third knot, this is the tricky one, right? Because this knot is really nice, because you know, if you need to get your scarf off, you just kind of just pull on it and it'll come right off. So there you have it, the triple knot right there. That is going to serve you well, especially in this cold weather when you need to readjust rather quickly. So nice little scarf trick for you. Obviously that ties in with some other stuff as well. We have our cards here, but why don't we show you what we have going on down below here, because we have stuff happening. We got stuff all over the place, but let's show you something really, really cool. This is the part that I'm pretty excited about, right? Boom! Look at that. There's my hands right there. You see my hands down there? Let's see here. We're still kind of playing around a little bit, just trying to figure out what's going on with all this sneaky stuff, right? Because we now have access to our camera. So now our camera is up here, and we can do stuff down here. We can show you some magic tricks. Potentially, we might have to adjust that up a little bit or change the angle, whatever we need to do to. Because right here, can't really see much. I have to have my hands a little bit forward right there, so I probably want to be more comfortable back here, and that's just not working out for me there. But that's okay. We're still trying to figure everything out, and that's what we're doing here. We're just trying to have a good time. I hope you like the intro song that I wrote and the little graphic that I put in there. Let's go back to Talk Show. That's what I'm calling it. The Talk Show. Welcome to Card Reviews and Magic Theory with me, your host, Jesse. Very exciting to have you here today, and this is where we'll be doing our back and forth chatting. Let's go over here and take a look. Nope, it's just me. So nobody has joined today, but that's okay. We're just having a good time. Hopefully we can bring more people in. I know David used to join just so I could have one other person to talk to, but we talk all the time anyway, so that's okay. So we have the first playing cards because, which actually we're going to have to work on that light exposure too. I mean, when we say exposure, like it looks like the sun is right there. I'm not that pale. I'm not glowing. I don't know what's, kind of weird. I shouldn't be glowing like that. So that's something to consider. But we have more to show you. We actually have a couple of things that we want to talk about today. Let's click over to here, to the close-up, because we have... Boom! We want to do some advertising for Mr. Doug Kahn. Why? Well, because he's fantastic. Go check him out at conjure.com. This is his Card Shark combo. He actually sent this to me along with his DVD because he's amazing. So why not show it off to you guys? Card Shark combo. We might do a little trick with that in a little bit here. We've got the first playing cards because the first shop sponsorship is something that is very enticing to us, but that brings us to, and I've got my phone here, and I don't necessarily want to keep it there, but that is okay, because we don't want to, we're going to put it off to the side here. We don't want to get distracted by that. Let's come back up to, say, I don't necessarily have anything brought up here, but boom, look at this. So, yeah, haha, we are in review mode. This is our review mode. We're going to come over here, and we're going to type in first.shop and see what comes up. Okay. Because there should be, look at these, brand new cards here. I know it was on Instagram earlier, so I'm wondering if they have it on the website. Let's see. View all. I don't know if they're going to have it on the website yet. Otherwise, we'll have to show you a different way. But this is the merchandise they have on the website. We got some nice slides here. I sell shoes, so that's kind of exciting. Not a big fan of that type of sandal, but if you could, hey, why not? I love it. Shorts, I'm a big shorts guy. Like the new cards, I gotta get me a pack of those, or 2 or 5 or 20. Because they're absolutely amazing. I love this. One of my favorite designs is probably the B4s. Just because it has this like interdimensional space type of idea, which I'm a big fan of space type stuff. So this is some stuff you can find on, and that's like their sticker design, just their logo for that, and just amazing. So that's what we've got there. But I'm not sure. Why don't we go back to here, and we'll come back into here, and we'll go back to Talk Show, and let's see if I can just find it on here real quick, and we'll bring it up onto here. Yeah, gotta play a little bit of game to get that going here. Let's see. First, here we go. Okay, so as soon as my thing pops back up, if it's going to... Yeah. Talk show, come back to me. It takes a little bit once it switches over. So basically, if you guys are following First Thought Shop on Instagram, I hope you can see me. Let me go back to my... Here we go. Can't even see me. What's going on here? Play. I paused it on accident. It's a black screen, so this is telling me that if I switch out of this and I lose visual, then that's what happens. But the question, how long does it take to get back? So there's that. So you can kind of see me there. So that's fine. Let's see. We'll just come out of here. We'll go to here. So this is, you can see that there. It's going to switch pretty quick. Anyway, this is a lot harder than it was supposed to be for this particular one because it is on Instagram. They have released an escape game, or at least it's going to be coming out on February 9th. So I just wanted to share that with you, and we're trying to work out these little things here as far as like switching back and forth. Like, so when I switch from one to the other, if I'm using the same media capture, which in this case is my webcam, then it will not catch it right away. So this one has to shut down before the other one will activate, because two things can't be capturing at the same time, which is fine. But in this case, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to vanishing, because we are going to try to bring you some news. Okay? VanishingInc.com is one of the other sites I take a look at. Murphy's Magic, this one here as well, and then some other ones. So I've just recently got an email, and so I've got my little list right here. I believe it is, let's see, it's on the list right over here. Find my list. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, we have February 9th for the first game, and then we've got Quantum. Quantum is the first thing I want to talk about, and actually there's another one on here. This list right here is gonna do you a favor, right? Because it's not so much that you're looking for just this idea of like what's best for me, which is a great place to start. Find out what you like and then go from there and figure out what kind of fits into your little niche. But you also want to take a look at the list of what other people are enjoying, because it might mean that it's a little bit higher, not quality necessarily, but it might just have more people's attention. But that also means that if you want to be a little bit more outside the box, then you probably want to stay away from that list, because a lot of people are getting that stuff. So the first thing I want to look at here is the Quantum deck, which is also right there on their featured page. So this is just came back out, pre-order May 31st. These are things that I want you guys to be keeping an eye on. If you guys are collecting decks, this is a great way to go. Read before buying. The first run of Quantum decks sold out, of course, and you can see everything else that's going on there. So this is what I was looking at earlier. It is the can trick, card at any number plot, right? The reason why I'm bringing this up is because Magicorthodoxy just did a video, and I just reacted to it in my last live. If you're watching my lives, he just did a list of the top 10 tricks that you're going to want in your repertoire, and one of those was a can, which is any card at any number trick. So that's why I'm bringing this up for you today, because this is a deck that allows you to do that. Now, here's something to keep in mind, right? Because we are going to be talking about a couple of different things. So here we have the first playing cards, right? So if I were going to do something, say like this, where I was going to find a card randomly from the pack, and that is going to be the 10 of clubs, and then let's say we're just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's say 15 is good, right? Okay. Now you're gonna say something from 1 to 15, of course, and we're gonna have to try to find your card. Now the question is, do we have your card in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so now your card was 15 down, and now all you gotta say is you gotta say a number between 1 and 15, and we're gonna try to get your card at that number. Okay, so let's say you say you want it, you know, we can mix up the pack a little bit, and let's say you say 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 5 of. There it is. It's in the 5th spot. See, that's what that 5 was telling us. No, but that's so just to give you a little bit of a heads up, it is cold, and that makes my hands very not work very well. I mean, that's a good excuse for anything, right? But the premise that I was going with there is you have a card selected, you take a small number of cards off the top, because first you went with 52 cards, and then you brought it down, and this is a concept that Doug Kahn just did in his ACE routine. Go check that out. We might even look at where it's at, but we're not going to watch it here today. But for this particular thing, you want to start with 52 cards, have a free choice, then go with a smaller number of cards, and then you want to be able to control their card, which was their 10 of clubs, however you want to do it. You can either do a bunch of shuffling here like this. Again, my hands aren't working very well, and I do apologize for that. I mean, we can jump over here and see who's actually watching. We might have one person watching, who knows? That's probably me, the one that keeps clicking in there. Excuse me. So then we go with 1, 2, 3, and we might even be able to go down to here. And let's say we're going to do close-up. Okay, so we've got 3 cards here, and you want it in the 5th spot, right? So there we go, and there's going to be your card. Boom. Okay, so any card to any number concept, that's one way of doing it, and that's just basically doing this like control with a free card. It doesn't matter what card it is. Back to review. There's my lovely face. Okay, back to quantum. So any card to any number is definitely something. The number is freely named. The quantum deck is examinable at the end. Very good. Delicious, as I would like to say. So that's something definitely that I feel like if you're interested in that card trick, I advocate for having at least, depending on your tricks, I advocate for having a normal way of doing a trick, and then perhaps a gimmick way of doing a trick, and then maybe a couple of variations in between. That way you can switch them out in your particular routines. And if you're feeling like, let's say for instance, today like this, we've got a deck right here. Let's go with this one. So we're going to do more of one of these. So let's go ahead and just have you pick a card. It's going to be the Queen. Is going to be lost back somewhere in the pack, and we can even cut the deck like so. And all you have to do is you can say, 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there's your card right there. So that is a gimmicked way to do that same trick. And that will lead us back into a little bit of advertising. We will go back here for a second. Boom. And then we'll go back into here. We'll do some close-up. This is the Svengali deck, which you can find over on Conjure.com. Go check out Doug Kahn. Go check out everything that he has to offer. It's absolutely fantastic. And this is the Card Shark combo. The last time I checked, it was somewhere in the $25 to $30 range. It might be a little bit more than that with tax and stuff and shipping. But there's 3 decks in this, and this is one of them, and that's definitely one of those tricks that you could easily learn. For instance, I just want you to pick one card and only one card. Okay? Let's see if I can actually get this. There we go. One card and only one card. Of course, the ace would be too easy, because that's the only card in the pack that is different. Of course, maybe doing it like this would be pretty decent. Okay. Or I'll just have you pick a card. Just don't pick the front card. There we go. Very nice. You're going to want this one right here. Okay, very nice. Any number of ways that you can do it. Just keep track of what you are doing. Okay. So, very excited about that. If I can get this back in here. Card Shark Combo over at Conjure.com. Why do I keep advertising him? Because this guy is amazing. Why would I not advertise his stuff? The Card Shark Combo is a must-have. There's 3 gimmick decks all stacked together there, something that you can easily learn from, and this is stuff that I see him perform on the regular. So you're definitely going to want to pick that up. There I am. Boom. Okay, now one more thing with Vanishing, and there's plenty of stuff on here to look at for all different types of individuals. But this is the other one I want to take a look at because something that we should all be doing. I have this sitting right here on my desk, buried of course, so I can't show you very quickly. But I have the smaller books. I have Expert at the Card Table. I have my Phantasma Magic because there's a nice little setup with that. And in fact, the deck that I was just using, there's a lot of material in there for that because this is your bread and butter when you buy a Magic kit. The book is going to teach you, when they say 150 plus tricks and then you get like 10 props, you're like, well, that's a ripoff. No. Read the Magic books, all of them. Read everything. We also got our Scotch and Soda here. So you should be absorbing knowledge from the books, not just going online. You can go online. There's a lot of people teaching it, but if you can learn from books, because I know not everybody can, but if you can, I definitely think you should do it. We have a video here, but we don't necessarily want to stream it. But astonishing essays. Let's give it a quick little read here. It's a Magic book, $25. So if it's something that fits you, just take a look at what it's saying here. 80 pages. So even if you get one for $25, let's consider the math here. For $25, you're getting 80 pages, which I'm not sure if they have a list of tricks here for how many that are in there. If you're getting tricks and stuff, but you're learning how to script, how to structure, how to stage, audience interactions, ad-libbing, and more. So what that means for you is that you're not only going to learn how to build a routine and how to utilize it, but you're also going to learn how to market it so that you can actually utilize it as your business, as your branding, which means you're going to be able to make money off of it. So $25, $80 or 80 pages in this, and it could potentially make you money if you utilize what you learn in it. That means you could probably charge more than $25 for a half hour or an hour worth of a show of Magic. Or you can go out and busk and make more than $25 in an hour. So you have the potential from this to make way more money than it's actually worth. It's definitely something you should be looking into. Okay, moving on, we've got the next thing that we were going to look at here, and this is playing cards. PlayingCardDecks.com. Now, why do we want to look at this? Because you should have multiple sites that you're looking at and checking on and just getting familiar with a lot of things. And there's a couple of things that I wanted to look at on here, but there's so much stuff that you don't even know exists. Like right here, you got the Cherry Casinos. I've already got this, so we don't need it right now. I got the Cherry Casinos playing cards. I didn't buy the set here, but for $100, you're going to get 9 decks of cards. Now, that would give you all your Cherry Casinos. And I got them sitting right here. Boom. Love the Cherry Casinos. Look at these pink flamingos. These are amazing. So I wanted to show you the pink flamingos. You also can get like your different color bicycles, which I recommend. Jerry's Nuggets, $120. Look at that. A full, like almost a brick of cards. 10 decks for $45 plus shipping. That's definitely something you want to consider. There's stuff for everybody in here. Look at these Metal XBs. These are on my list. I need to get them in my hands immediately. One of my all-time favorite decks is the Metalux Red Bees. So I need to get the blue ones. Absolutely need to have both of them, and I complete that set. And it would be nice, I think, that if they came out with some green ones and maybe some different colors, I'd love it. Stargazers, Observatories. There's just so much stuff to consider. But even more so than that, there is something special that I just wanted to show you. And that is the mystery. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. What are you talking about? Just look at. Okay. Let's see here. Gilded, fictional, illusionist, Cardamundi, military, numbered seal. We have so much stuff offered here. PlayingCardDecks.com. Sets, Tally Ho, Theory 11. They're just carrying so much stuff. And you got your little under 5, under 10. USPCC. Let's see. There's a club subscription, so you can even get some extra stuff going on here. Playing card subscription boxes, and you can get some playing cards. See, this is what I was talking about right here. So you can get yourself, if you want a subscription box, and there's a subscription box for everything from ordering clothes to hobbyist items to everything. Right here it is. Pit box club. Now you can get right here, small blind. So how many are you getting here? Get a monthly access to exclusive deals, which is nice, discounts and promotions, a sample of cards, release decks in the last month. So you're going to get a new deck, and then you're going to get 3 decks right there, boom, and then notes. At least 2 of the decks will be printed USPCC. One of the decks will be bicycle branded. So you're going to get some fantastic stuff here for $30. Then you go over here to the $60, and you're going to get 6 decks there. Plus, you might get a random deck, I think. It depends on how it goes. So either way, you're going to get yourself some fantastic cards here. You have the potential, because it's a subscription box with the random cards, you have the potential to get some high-tier stuff for cheap. And then, of course, you also have the potential to get regular bicycles and stuff like that. But something to definitely check out if you are interested, I would recommend checking out playingcards.com. And I am interested in a sponsorship from these individuals if they do offer it. So here we are back to, ooh, Leonard, nice points, just have some echoing when using the close-up camera. If you are still here, thank you so much. I do apologize. I should be checking in with that, and that is true, and I think it's a latency issue with my internet. So I think what's happening is it's causing a little bit of echo, and maybe it says, please check the video resolution, the current resolution. So I might be able to play with my settings a little bit. Are you still here, Leonard? Just double checking. There's like a 10 to 20 second delay. And if you are still here, I can definitely use your feedback to try to fix this. So we will take a look here. I got you up here. Let's see if I can bring you up back on my phone here. That way I'll be able to see what you're commenting. Let's see, what is... Yeah, so I'm not seeing you yet, but let's see here. Okay. Leonard, yeah, going to looking at player card subscription. Oh, thank you, Leonard. Oh, there it is. Fantastic. Okay, so we are a little bit behind, and that's the problem. Okay, so I don't even know where you're at. Okay, I'm way back there. Let me fast forward here. I'm trying to catch up. I do apologize. I'm trying to keep everything in sight. You know what I'm saying? So there I am. And there you are. Okay, good deal. We're on track now. We are on track. So yeah, I noticed the echoing when I was rewatching my live that I did previously. So I definitely want to try to fix that. And that's I think that's going to be a resolution issue with basically what's happening is my laptop is using too much CPU for the video output, and now it's interfering with the mic, possibly, or it's just the mic on here. Who knows? Lots of different things to consider. But yes, thank you so much, Leonard. Go ahead and check that out. To be honest, I was caught off guard. I thought I was talking to myself this whole time. So yeah, absolutely. So Pitbox here. Let's see if there's anything that we can do back in here. Looking at my settings, I might be able to change something in my audio. Monitoring, let's see, decay, peak. This is definitely something I will be looking at a little bit more so I can keep up with this. Video, yeah, see these are settings that's already kind of there. I'm definitely going to have to play around with it, trying to figure it out right now. I think I had it before pretty decent. Okay, so back to here. let me get my list out here. So I just wanted to, the last thing I think I wanted to point out here is that, oh, no, we still got some other stuff I want to talk about. Now we want to go over to Art of Play. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build this network of getting information that other people might not be seeing, and I want to get them out in front of them from websites that they might not necessarily be watching. So that's what we're doing here today, Leonard. Let's see. So there's two things I wanted to look at here, but also get people thinking about checking these websites on the regular if they are going to be buying stuff. Or just seeing what's coming out. That way they can know what's available. So, okay, so this is the Art of Play, and we're looking for two things. I think what I tried to do, I think both of these are actually playing cards for this particular one, although you can see that there's a lot of other stuff to consider here. What I like about the puzzles and different things like that is you can definitely have them just around to either play with or just as something to have in the background or just, for decorative purposes. Let's see if I can find, you got the Harry Potter decks, I still haven't picked those up. Mastermind, here it is. Okay, so here's one of them. New deck that just came out on here, and Balance is the other one I want to look at. That's a limited edition one. So Mastermind, high quality playing cards for scoundrels and swindlers worldwide. So this just has this really, to me it has this like vintage old world like branding to it, Mastermind brand. So it just kind of fits that whole narrative. And let's see, I don't want to, let's see, rest your eyes on the Mastermind playing cards, a deck any magician or mastermind would be proud to carry in their back pocket. Now I'd be very careful about carrying stuff in your back pocket. You don't want to ruin the deck box. So if you got a card clip, maybe. But back pockets, notoriously bad for carrying things in, just saying. So this deck was produced by the fine folks over at Keymaster Games, which Keymaster Games is definitely going to give you something, just the name alone. I'm not even sure what they are, but that's going to give you definitely an idea of mystery there. Keymaster Games. Look at the back design. There's a lot going on there. It's definitely not a minimalist design. Let's check over with Leonard. Okay, nothing from Leonard. Okay, or anybody else who may be watching. So there's a lot going on here, and there's something to be said about minimalist design and just the classic, like the artist design here. Like Theory 11 has so much going on, and I love those cards, and they work. Minimalist designs have not a lot going on, but they can speak loudly for the little bit they have going on. So they both offer something very unique that I just absolutely love. Let's take a look here. Back to that one. Okay. Very good. So that's exciting. That's actually kind of exciting. Let's go down here and see if the balance cards, yeah, right there. So even looking at the picture, there's some balancing going on there. So that's something, there's the Maker's cards. There's just so much other stuff to look at here. And I'll just get distracted and just want to click on everything. I'm trying to keep up with everything. I do apologize if I'm getting, because there's a delay with the video, and then there's a delay with comments, and then just trying to roll all that together. So these are the balanced cards. Now there's only maybe two other things I want to talk about after we're done with this. One of them is just kind of like an off hit, like something to keep your eye on, but just for fun. Look at these gorgeous pictures. These are amazing. Look at the way they got these going here. They're all tipped up, all these balancing stuff. Balance evolved from the deconstruction of a standard deck of cards. Their minimal design explores the interplay of tradition and style, weighing that which is familiar with a contemporary aesthetic. So as you can see, we were just talking about something like the Mastermind that has like all of this grand art brought together into this masterpiece of all these different elements. And then you have the balanced playing cards that are, not a whole lot going on, but they speak so loudly, and absolutely gorgeous cards. So something to keep your eye on if you're interested from both ends of the spectrum there. So, and then just giving you an idea of some of the other stuff that's available, the other balanced cards. Little magic tree down here. There's so much stuff to keep your eye on. Okay, now the other thing that I want to talk about real quick, very briefly, I want to talk about, because I gotta mention it. If you're mentioning websites to keep your eye on, Kickstarter is going to have so much stuff, and here is why I love it. So something a project that I'm trying to do this year is I'm trying to invest in my local community. And that means when I'm walking down the street, if there's a vendor who's making stuff locally, I want to be able to help them out and to buy their products. But for those people who are worldwide and who are doing that same thing and making something and putting their ideas out there, Kickstarter is a wonderful site. Now, first I will start with this. Another plug. I had the wonderful. I was wondering about Mastermind back design of the cards. Is it what's on the box or a different pattern? So I'm not sure, and I just got your message here, so I'm not really sure if I'm guessing it is the same, but to be honest, I'm not totally sure based on the pictures. It didn't show, but that's definitely something to consider. Usually when the back design is set up like that, it typically does reflect what's on the cards, but it could be slightly different. But I do not have the answer to that. So we can take a look to see if that's see if it's something that somebody else has posted. I follow it on Instagram, things like that, just to take a look at what they've got. Now these are the Battle of the Gods. It says a deck by Nick. That is Nicholas Rendell. Him and his brother Maximilian, right there. Max is a magician, and Nick is an artist, and so they came together to. And I carry them on me, but I don't think I actually brought them in here because they're in my jacket because I wear them. I carry them every day. So this is something that I had the opportunity. They were sent to me early release, like months before they were actually dropped. Look at this. Boom, 10,000. They are crushing it. 2 decks were sent to me, and I purchased 2 more decks as part of the Kickstarter. Just something to check out. This is absolutely amazing. Battle of the Gods. But not just this. There's just so much other things. Not just cards, but other things that you can find on here. And this brings us to my next point. So after I signed up for this, I bought, let's see, I got a pile here because I'm putting together a video of, right here, I've got a couple of Kickstarters in my mini card here. But I got a couple of Kickstarter cards here because I wanted to put together a Kickstarter video. And Battle of the Gods will be on there, but not necessarily. I didn't get those particular cards from Kickstarter. I won't get those until a couple months. But Kickstarter is absolutely fantastic. But anyway, so I signed up for the newsletter, and the newsletter, nothing, like I've got the list on my phone here, and I'm not going to bring up all these things, but like, Cetus 2, I don't remember what that is. A wit bag, so it's like a purse. Easy Dome is like a cup that you like a metal cup that you open up and carry with you if you're out in And then Cosmic Dirt is a clothing brand for hikers. Zelch, Groomatic is some type of thing for cats or pets. Pathfinder Plus is a I don't even remember, like a navigation tool maybe. Windler Tool Stack is like a like a toolkit. SGS Pro. So these are things that, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe 1 or 2 of them were like a 3. Like in terms of interest. So this newsletter was not tailored to me specifically. It must have just been new things on Kickstarter. But that gets your mind thinking about the other stuff that's available on there and to really explore the site. Because normally, and you even saw probably in the search if you went back, when I typed in Kickstarter, I put playing cards. So like I'm always looking for playing cards, but I'm never really looking at those other things that are available that could potentially be of interest to me. But the email didn't necessarily convey that type of connection. So I just want to point that out to you. There's a lot of stuff to look at, and this is one of them that I highly recommend. Big shout out to Max and Nick for this wonderful design, and thank you again, and I will continue to thank you because it was my first official, I would say, sponsor of any kind where cards were sent to me to review. So thank you so much, and we'll continue to do as much stuff as we possibly can to keep going with the channel here. So back over here again, because every time I leave there, I'm glad that there's some things happening here with Leonard. So thank you, Leonard. I just wish there wasn't so much of a delay, but I know that there is. Even if I had the best setup, there would probably still be a 5 to 10, because I've seen other people have the same problem. I do apologize for the voice thing. It could be my laptop. Most likely, I do have another mic here. I could try it, but I don't know if it would make it any better. So that's something. It does look like you may have left. But then this thing is constantly reloading and loading and all that stuff. So thank you for sticking around for what you did. I do really appreciate it. That was more than I expected. So thank you so much. I don't know where we're at. It looks like we're buffering. So that's probably why you left. Unless you're still here. I don't know. I can't tell. so yeah, that was awesome. Anyway, so now there's Kickstarter out of the way. Now let's come back over here. We're going to finish up with something here, okay? We are going to finish up. This would have been nice with Leonard here to actually do this trick. But we're going to do it a different way. And let's see if it works. Okay. So I have my phone here, and there's a couple of different things that you can utilize your phone for, and this is one of them. However, I have Samsung. Oh, Leonard's here. Now I'm here. If you schedule a live, I will try to make it. Oh, fantastic, Leonard. Now, mind you, I've been doing some random lives lately, but I really will be doing a schedule of it. I've just been changing my setup, and I like to practice on a live. So it's like a live practice or something. So we're going to do a little bit of a card trick here. Let's see if we can get it to work. With our phone, and it'll go something like this. So, hey, probably should open it. Mind you, I don't do this very often because I don't really get the chance to practice like this. Hey, Bixby. There he is. Pick a card. So he doesn't say anything, but it does say the 9 of clubs on there. He doesn't actually say, hey, I picked the 9 of clubs. But so there's the 9 of clubs. Now, when we go through these cards, you'll actually see, hopefully, which we might actually be able to switch you over to just getting used to this new setup. Here we go. Okay, so this might have actually been easier to do it this way from the beginning. But, mind you, yeah. So he picked the 9 of clubs, and that's going to be... Let's say out of all these cards, all these face-up cards, there is actually going to be one card right here in the middle that is face down. No other card is face down except for the 9 of clubs. So that, again, this is the second deck that we have done a little demonstration with. You can use it with your phone. And so I absolutely love it. And we do have one other deck that we can show you something with. On here, back to my... This is what I like about having the phone here, because I can actually see the comments that you guys are leaving without having to switch back and forth the screens. And I can monitor what I've got here. Oh, I see what it said. You didn't say now. You said nah. Okay. Or now I mean, yeah. So it kind of just goes back and forth, and that could be my internet concerns. I have decent internet. I just am really far away from the source of it. So I'm trying to figure out ways to boost that signal. Okay, so now just because we are doing a little bit of free advertising for Mr. Doug Kahn, we're showing off some goodies here. So what I'd like to do is I would like to perform another trick, one more trick for you here. And for this particular trick here, we're just gonna go with, there it is, right there, boom, 10 of diamonds. Now we're going to actually give that a cut, and we're going to give it a shuffle so that you think that that cut actually had anything to do with what's going on. Not really. I just kind of make it up as I go along. We can even do something like, no, we don't want to do that. That was a bad idea. Don't do that. So just thinking about it as you go. Just make sure you're watching things. If you're going to do a false cut, make sure that you don't mix up any of the cards. But of course, keep in mind that there's something very special that you can do if you keep your mind to it. See what I'm doing here? It's called, it's called doing this mesmerizing cut, okay? And why is it mesmerizing? I don't know. But you may find that the more you do something, the more likely something else is to happen. So now we're going to cut the deck into 2 piles. You're probably wondering why I'm rambling on so much. And here's why. Because once you get to a certain skill level, you can actually cut the deck pretty well. Okay? And as you can see, these are all black cards, except for, of course, one card there that is red. And I think we've managed to get all the red cards over here. And that is, of course, the 10 of diamonds, which was the card that we had selected. But that's not all. But wait, there is more. Okay? We always know that the 10 is going to be chosen, okay? And here's why. Look at that. Right there on my phone, that is the 10 of diamonds. So no matter what, that card is always selected. Not really, but that's the point of the trick. So basically, that is part of one of my most favorite principles that I will not go into today, but maybe I will go into it at some other point. And this is the 3rd and final deck in the Card Shark combo over on Conjure.com. We used all 3 of them today. If you want to go back and watch the video, if it lets you, because there is a potential chance that that the live does not work as well as it should. But yeah, so there you have it. Hope you enjoyed. And yes, as I said, once this gets caught up to this point, Leonard, we will be conducting lives. I'll probably go back on a schedule of at least once a week now that we've got this very decent setup. I got my little mouse here. I can go back to talk show if it's working. There he is. There he is. Now you've seen my face again for the last time. These came out of here. So we will put them back into here. There we go. Okay, so we have a lot of cards, a lot of things that we talked about today, a lot of things that we expressed through our new setup, which is absolutely amazing. So basically, to go through it again, we've got our talk show where I get to talk back and forth with you today. We had too much light exposure here, getting a nice tan under these bright lights. So I will have to fix that. So lighting is an issue. Sound quality is an issue. So these are things that I got to take a mental note of. Those 2 things. And then I also have to keep in mind that when I switch back and forth between things, potentially it doesn't, maybe I can figure this out. So like if it's using the same media, like this one, if you can even hear me now, I think I got the sound capture on here. So basically what happens is this, I'm using the webcam on this slide, and then when I go to this one, it's supposed to be down here, but it takes a second for it to catch up. So maybe if I go here and I click that, and then I come over to here, and there it shows up. Okay, so there I am. This is my review station. This allows me to review stuff on the computer and bring up-to-date news to all of you guys. And this is my close-up. Boom. The hands are doing all the magic, so that's why you see the hands. Even back in the day when I did tour reviews, it was all about the hands, right? But yeah, absolutely fantastic. Normally what I do here is I will hang out for about 1 to 2 minutes. See, now here's what happens. So if I click activate, will it come on? Yes. Okay, so we may have figured it out. It will take a little bit to just remember to click that extra button so there's no delay on the screen. And I'll rewatch my video, my live, just to make sure that if I can find it on there, I can probably find it. Sounds better. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was on the close-up. Maybe because I have the mic plugged in over there, it works better on the close-up. I actually have a shotgun mic that's plugged into the camera, so that's probably really solid quality right there. And on the laptop, Unfortunately, my setup is all wobbly, and I don't like it. I gotta fix that as well, but it was what I had for the second. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry again. So like I said, I'm going to hang out for about a minute here, and I can see down below, like once it gets up into, maybe about right here. So just a little bit of an idea. I can see where the mic is, the audio mixer, and if I'm about right here, it's fine. But if I start to go up into here, it starts to get up into the red, so that's not good. So I probably want to stay down into my monotone voice just to control it into the green, because it's probably picking up some really decent sound right about here. So I probably don't want to start yelling and get too excited. That's what I'm thinking. I'm hanging out here with Mr. Leonard. We're gonna be here for probably, like I said, another minute or two, and then we're gonna do our peace out thing, and because now I've got the cough and my water is way over there. So fantastic. Thank you, Leonard, for coming along for the journey. This is fantastic. It's been a while since this is my second live, and a couple of days just testing out everything, and I haven't done a live since mid last year. So hopefully getting back into it. I do videos every couple of days, and well, I'm gonna have to go pretty soon because this is getting worse for some reason. Must be dry throat or something. Okay, so Leonard, thank you. We're going to do our closeout. I'll look at your comments, and then if you're not subscribed, go ahead and check out the channel if you like it. If not, I'll point you in the direction of somebody you can really really start following. That's bad. Okay, here we are, Leonard. We're going to wait. We're going to count it down. 10, 9. Oh, like your EDC videos and reviews. Thank you, man. Oh, boom. Thank you, Leonard. You're following along. I love it. It won't go away. It just started right here at the end, so it must be time to go. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everybody. And remember, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And we'll see you in the next one.
With the rising of the sun, we search out for some fun. In all directions we can run in search of some fun. It's all about positivity for the sanctity. Let's all have some cooperativity. Come on, it's all about inclusivity. When we are talking about activity, join together in one big community and build a major city. Could even be a monotonicity. Because we all can reach for Yosemite. What a pity with the city bitty witty, making us all just a little bit giddy when we all have the docility. Now let's begin. We don't lose or win. Nobody messing with the mighty Jin.